Happy time zone and welcome, friends and neighbors, to another edition of Attract Mode presented by Lady Arcaders. That's where you are and that's what you're watching. Happy Juneteenth. It's been an interesting week. I have had some interesting experiences this week. I found that there are some crows that live in my neighborhood. I saw them. I was out on a walk and they cawed at me very loudly. And I want to befriend them because I've heard that that's a thing you can do. So someone told me that I needed to maybe give them some peanuts. They like to eat unshelled, like unsalted peanuts. And so I went and got peanuts, and now I can't find them. They were in my backyard once, and then they were out on the street once, and I've heard them, so I know they're here still. I've heard them like in the distance. So my mission is now, if you see someone walking around with a jar of peanuts, that's me looking for crows, trying to make some friends. We have a really great run coming up. BeamQueenSol is going to show us 100% of Metroid Fusion, which is all of the Metroid Fusion. Check the socials post if you haven't seen it. It's top notch. But I have a couple announcements before we jump into that. First of all, you might have heard of something called Out of Bounds Toronto, which just happened. It's over now. You can't go. It's done. But it was pretty fantastic. I don't know if you were there for any of it. I was there for some of it until I had to rage quit Words on Stream. True story. Had to do it. It was hurting me. It's not a game. It's fine. That'll be a future rant. But it was great. It was a great time. And even if you missed it, regardless of if you missed it or if you were there, you can still join in on celebrating it. You can hold it in your heart forever, like I will. Because Out of Bounds Toronto merch is still available at our shop. And proceeds go towards supporting the events, making more of them, and for upkeep at Lady Arcaders, which is, you want to do that, right? We all want to do that. We want to keep Lady Arcaders up. So whether you're eyeing our snazzy logo, and it is snazzy, on a comfy new shirt, or wanting to represent with our event trio on a spiral notebook or poster, head on over to ldy.gg/shop. That's too much to remember. Just type !merch in chat, like shouting merch backwards, and you'll get a link. And shout out to the skater dress. The skater dress does not get enough love and respect. It's a fantastic garment. It's very cozy, and it makes me feel like a true gamer when I wear it. Second of all, rev up your games, folks. Our charity event is coming back. Lady Arcaders Super Showcase. What is that? Abbreviated as LASS. That's a cool abbreviation. We at Lady Arcaders love a good abbreviation, in case you didn't notice. LASS 2025 will be held from August 21st to the 24th, once again benefiting CARE, which is an acronym that I am not sure what it stands for, but it stands for CARE. It's there. And if you want to get involved, you can start now. Applications are open for our Volunteer Games Committee, which is the people who kind of review the submissions, decide what games go in. They crunch some numbers. I think some numbers crunching is involved in that. It's kind of a crunchy position. If that sounds fun to you, then you should join the Discord. If it doesn't sound fun to you, you should join the Discord and tell us, that's not my thing. That's fine. There's lots of other stuff you can get into. We post photos. We talk about stuff. It's a good time. You should go. And that link will be in chat too. So, without further ado, let's welcome our friend BeamQueenSol for a fantastic run of 100% Metroid Fusion.
Speedrun things that are crunchy. But yes, hello, hello, happy time zone.
Yeah.
I am Sol. If you want to like a shorter one, or BeamQueenSol, that's the long name when I'm in trouble. Anyways, so like we've said, this is Metroid Fusion. You'll notice this in Japanese. There's a reason for that, and that's called this game has a lot of dialogue, so it's actually surprisingly quite a bit faster because of it. There's also some quality of life. For example, you'll see these files that are set to like 0000 main det. Normally there's like a whole big cutscene that has to play. Thankfully on the Japanese version, you can, if you have beaten the game, you can actually skip it. So thankfully we don't have to worry about that. So I'm gonna go ahead and get ourselves ready here, because there's gonna be a lot to go over. So let's get this started in 3, 2, 1, go. And I'm just gonna mash the button so that way we go right here. And now Adam's just gonna be like, yeah, there's you've been sitting here to check some stuff out. There's been things happening in the BSL labs. Just come over here real quick. We'll make something weird is up in the quarantine bay, you know, the stuff. So quit just like refresher of the story. So short version, Samus got infected by X parasites, almost died. Had her parachute removed and everything, like by surgical means. Trade-off is that we now have the fusion suit. This nice blue number.
Beautiful.
It's actually quite nice. She is also effectively, because of a Metroid vaccine from the last Metroid that was around, is part Metroid now. The upside is that she can't be infected anymore. In fact, she can absorb the parasites now, if she ever wants to. Downside is she is now weak to ice.
Ooh.
She is now no longer resistant to cold, light. But much like they are very vulnerable. You know, you can freeze them and then you throw missiles at them and then they're gone. That's it. That's how Metroids go usually. But yeah, we go in there, we fight that one little fraud, and then we leave. That's it. And then it's just kind of like, yeah, so that's a problem. And our computer here, by the way, the computer's name is Adam, after another character in the series. Short version, kind of was a commanding officer. And he's been implanted into the computer.
Do you hate when that happens?
It'll end up being useful later. Just stick a pin in it for like the next couple hours.
Okay. Sure. Yeah, I'll remember that.
Yeah, overall right now, it's pretty much the game is admittedly very on rails in terms of like progression until like right at the end. Things open up things open up by then. Until then, is very much going through these areas kind of as the story makes us do it, and getting things out along the way. And there's a lot of items. Fun thing about this one compared to Zero Mission, the thing that the remake of the NES one, it came after this.
Yeah.
In Zero Mission, every item counts towards percentage. So like you get like Morph Ball is 1%. In this game, it is just the expansions. Your other items like getting the initial missiles or getting Charge Beam and stuff like that. None of those count towards percentage, but any of your expansions do, and everything totals to 100 expansion. Everything totals to 100 once you get all of them. Unfortunately, this means we get a ton of power bombs throughout the run. We get 74 of them in total, and we don't need that many.
That's a lot.
Yeah, I love this tune.
Love the save music, yeah.
Yeah, also I just brought up, it's like your chances of survival are like 10% right now, but if we get you missiles, it jumps to 20. Don't worry, our chances of survival are a lot higher than they think, than even Adam thinks right now. So now we make our way to the first boss, and unfortunately the power's been kind of like knocked out for a moment, so we had to like go this way. We blow that up with a missile. And can I get that? Nope, that's okay. And finally we'll start getting our first items. Because behind all of that is where we start finally amassing what we need, and we're gonna get quite a bit here, so first of all, we're gonna do these missiles. We need 15 to take down Arachnus. That's our first boss. Hopefully Arachnus won't be mean and like curl up into a ball, because sometimes he likes doing that, and then he is impervious to everything. Also, these eyes are mean.
Ooh, yeah, spicy.
Yeah, sometimes they will throw up to four at a time before they will actually just open up their eye normally. So we're just trying to jump over that until it's ready. There we go. Now we're good. And then we'll get this one. This one's right here. You can't miss it. And then there's this one, which you will almost definitely miss, especially if it's your first time playing. There's a lot of sneaky ones like this one.
That's Metroid for you.
Anyways, that's a friend.
Whoa. Whoa, that's a friend?
And
Wow.
it rolled him into a ball. Great. That was a bad hit, but I can maybe salvage it. Perfect. Okay, so there's a strat in this run. We just call it doubles. The short version is if you set it up the right way with missiles, you can actually line up 2 of them to hit the core at the same time. And it massively speeds those up if you can land them. They are surprisingly hard to actually land.
Hard, yeah. Triples is. Oh, excuse me. Doubles. Yeah, doubles is good. Triples is best, but.
There are no triples.
It's too bad.
There are no triples. I'm afraid to break the news to you. Sorry to say you had to learn.
Okay, it's fine. It's fine. I'm enjoying the visuals on this. This is like right after the 3 Metroid games that I played into the ground. So.
Oh, which ones did you play?
The first 3. 1.
Actually 1 through 3.
And, yeah, and then Super.
Yeah, this one I played most of them. This was the way I submitted this was this is the Metroid I started with. This is the first. Most people they started with like Super's a really big one, or they might have started with like maybe Zero Mission. No, I started with this one.
It's really cool so far. I like it. It is using a lot of stuff from Super in an interesting way.
To be fair, it is heavily based on that, and then also, for the course, there's some horror elements. Speaking of,
ooh.
So that wall is gone.
Whoa! It's you.
I'm not sure.
Not you?
Are we sure about that?
Oh no! Yikes!
So that is a special friend that we will be meeting a few times through the run. Don't worry about it. I'm sure it'll be fine.
Would you say it's a nemesis? It's a nemesis type character, I think.
I don't know. All I know is
okay.
You have me at home. See, no. See, that would be me if I was. Yeah, they're friend. Yeah, she's friend shaped. It's
friend shaped,
see,
exactly.
Exactly. Don't worry about it.
I'm not. I'm gonna so not worry about it.
Yeah, this sequence, what's being outlined is this sector is meant to replicate SR388, the planet from Samus Returns. For those who have played that game. So a lot of stuff is kind of meant to be similar to that, kind of evoke a little bit of, maybe a potential little bit of nostalgia if you played it. For me, I didn't.
Yeah.
Not until way later. But these stabilizers are kind of messed up, and right now they are producing X parasites, so they can multiply. That's a problem, obviously.
Whenever I hear the phrase "producing parasites," it's never good.
Yeah, you trust me. You don't want the forbidden Jello.
These creature designs are really good.
Yeah, again, this is meant to be kind of similar to what's from that game, and that includes even the enemies. The enemies are similar for that as well. You won't really see them elsewhere, at least not to the degree you see now. And just a little bit there. That's easy. Not the easiest thing to pull off. And I'm gonna just kind of point downwards, fire a few just in case the our fun little space pirates try to have any fun. Thankfully, they didn't really get to. And let's not mess up that jump. Good. Yeah, the forbidden gel is very good for Samus. It's not good for anyone else. I don't worry. This isn't the only game it comes up in. Shoutouts to Metroid Dread. Oh, also a very fun game. Definitely recommend that one. Especially if you want to see Samus be the angriest she's ever been.
Ooh, I do want to see that.
Yeah, let's just say Samus resolves some really nasty daddy issues.
I see.
Okay, that was a little bit weird. I don't like... Dave's being a little mean right now, but it's okay. No.
Nice.
Yeah, as we keep coming down here, you see a number of our little friendly giant door eye things. They're fun.
Door eye things, yeah.
Thankfully, after this one, they'll be a little less RNG heavy. Ooh, I'm glad I thought of the one extra. But yeah, after this, we can actually destroy those in one hit.
Oh, good.
And, yeah, we have announced Master Raiden as a Charizard statue for reasons. Can we get the double here? Awesome.
Give me the goop.
Yeah, so we did rid of that. That is actually called a beam core. Because there's an eye that opens up. As you can see, it fires a beam. And now we have it. So now we have charge beam, and that means one, we actually get a power increase. We actually, you'll notice the beam's a little bit bigger now. But also we can hold it, and now we charge. And if I do this right, I can actually kill this thing very quickly. But right now, that is not happening.
Does it also mean there's technically an eye inside your gun now?
I would hope not. That's a weird thing to think about.
I mean, that's what I saw happen, so.
Thankfully, no, but I will inform you that the rest of them have an eye also. So take that how you will. But yeah, what I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to hit... Oop, that didn't work out. There are two parts to the beam. There's the beam itself, and then there's this little flash you'll see right there, that little slash motion. If I hit all of those, it does a lot more damage. So if I didn't line it up perfectly, I destroy those in one hit. And there's also a boss that if I do that correctly on, I take out their first phase in 2 hits from it. But it's not the easiest thing to line up. Unfortunately, you do have to be like incredibly close to the enemy to actually land it in the first place. So there's a good chance that you'll just do it and nothing happens. And either you're slightly off so you don't actually get the full shot, or you're too close and you actually take the hit instead. But that's it. We're done with Sector 1 for now. We will see it again eventually. Unfortunately, we weren't quite fast enough to stop the problem, so now it is worse. The X are spreading through more of the station, so that's fun.
That was a great job you did. That wasn't a good enough job? That's what they're telling you?
Yes.
That's ridiculous.
Partly because we have our lovely saboteur that's also making giant holes wherever she goes.
The friend you told me not to think about.
Yeah, I'm sorry. You might have to consider them a little bit.
Okay, that's okay. I mean, I was interested, so.
Anyways, we're gonna find out who that is.
Cool.
Because I have an important announcement. Our computer actually has figured out who it is.
Ooh, tell me.
And there it is. So.
Ooh.
It is an
Ooh.
X mimicking us, or as it has been dubbed, the SAX.
That is creepy.
To all of your sax jokes. But yeah, pretty much what is being told here is, yeah, this is her at your full capabilities. You are nowhere close to that right now after what happened. She will kill you. Makes it very clear
wild.
you will not win. Do not engage. Just run.
That's wild. Imagine seeing a more better version of yourself coming down the street at you. I don't even know what that would be like.
Who are you? I'm you, but cooler.
Yeah, like I'm gonna wreck you. I'm like, wait a minute. That means I have to live long enough to become you.
But yeah, apart from that, what we were also told is we have bomb data we can go get. But before we can do that, though, we need more security clearance. So we have to go through this little area here. These are not marked on the map by design, because like we don't want people just randomly finding these and coming here. And this is done at a bit of a risk, because this, in terms of story, it's also extended into more places now, because well, they can just doors can just open. Unfortunately, though, it's a necessary evil. We need it, or else we're not going anywhere.
Oh yeah.
Also, I need to be careful here. These enemies do a lot of damage if I let them hit me.
We're not gonna. That's not gonna happen. You're not gonna do that.
We'll be sure. Well, about that. Okay, I'm just gonna nod for that one because I don't want him hitting me either. He also does a bunch.
Nope.
We do have kind of limited health at the moment. There is a little bit of potential risk in the run, but honestly not that much, especially not at 252 health. We're actually good on health right now. I'm gonna make sure we go over here. Also, yeah, you just heard footsteps. So yeah, the SAS is here. She's around.
It's just like Nemesis. This is ridiculous.
She's around. Don't worry about it.
I'm not gonna think about it.
Also, I'm definitely making sure I grab that one, because I've actually had a run recently where I forgot that, and that was fun. Because you can't really get it again until way later in the run if you miss it now. Oh, okay.
Ooh.
Just gonna make sure that one doesn't do anything, because that one can do a lot. Of course, right now, fun thing with bombs, bombs are terrible in this game.
Oh, really?
In Zero Mission, they're amazing, because you can do like stuff like infinite bomb jumps with them with the timing and everything, and they're just good in general when you need them during the run. In this game, they're only good at breaking blocks and popping you up a little bit.
Wow, that's disappointing. However, I'm noticing that you do have this awesome little like ledge grab ability that I wish I had in Super Metroid.
Yeah, this is a game where that actually started being a thing.
Pretty sick.
And the Zero Mission also brought it in with the power grip. Unfortunately, the run for that game, there is a portion of it that you don't do anything of the sort with it.
Ah.
Yeah, in that run, it is faster to go through crate. Ooh, unballed a little too early, or by accident rather. That's okay.
It's okay.
But yeah, in Zero Mission, part of the run goes through trade really early before you ever get power grip. So you have to go through that whole section without it. It is kind of difficult to do some there's a few bomb jumps you have to make that are easier said, and especially if you're on any percent, there's an even harder one, and that one's a fun time.
I can imagine.
At least for what I've seen of it. I have never done it myself. I've never run 90% for that game, and honestly, I don't think I want to.
Nice. Get out of your eye.
Yeah, we also love when the eye doesn't do anything. So this is Zasabi, and it is certainly a shape.
So, yeah, wow. Goodness.
So
yeah.
yeah.
Wow.
So Ooh, that's very nice.
That's
so,
That's nightmare. Yeah.
Yeah, so what it wants to do is it wants to jump around. So we just kind of wait for it to do that, and then eventually it'll slow down and try to
Yeah. Ooh. Yeah.
try to
that's a
actually like
nightmare.
grab us. If it does, we can get out with bombs. Otherwise, we would actually be stuck until we die.
I want to talk to the person who designed this monster.
Oh,
I have questions.
If you think this is bad, wait.
I don't know if it's bad. I have questions, very specific questions about like how did you come up with that?
Can I do a double here? Good.
Nice. Get that goop.
And that one gives us high jump, so we can actually get out of here.
Oh yeah. It would
But
be
if the
bad
game
to
was
be
mean, they could have just not given us that, and we'd be stuck here forever.
stuck. Yeah. Jeez.
But the game is surprisingly nice. So we did high jump. We could also jump in ball form,
Ooh, that's always fun.
and
I
that
like
will
that.
also be useful. I'm also gonna take a save here because this is the one actually potential run killer. Because we're gonna have to say hi to SAX.
Okay. Okay. I'm not gonna think about it until it happens.
Uh-oh.
Oh no, you're good. You're good.
We should be fine as long as I don't get heads here.
Oh, what up, girl?
So she's gonna freeze us, hit us with a missile, and oh no!
Healing. Oh my. Oh wow. Nice
Fine.
work. Yikes.
That can happen. And if I
That was
didn't
a-
make that, and if I didn't manage that jump, either because I was too slow or I couldn't, that would have been it.
That is a whole. You have to go that way. You have to go through her.
What you're supposed to do is wait.
Oh, okay. Well, we don't.
And
Wait.
if you're on any percent, you don't do that. You stay the heck away from her.
Well, okay.
100%. We have enough health to actually survive the encounter. So the faster way is deliberately run into her, let her do her thing, which does a bunch of damage, and then
Yeah.
if she's nice, she won't do anything else. It will just run out. If she isn't nice, that can happen. And then I have to do a frame perfect jump over an ice beam. And if I fail that, I have to do another very tight jump over a super missile that will kill me if I don't jump.
Well, I'm glad that we made it through there. That was fantastic.
Luckily, that is the only properly scary thing in the run. We're pretty much fine from that point onwards.
Thumbs up. That's great.
like almost nothing else can actually like stop us now, in terms of like the run itself, aside from just things.
Did you hear that?
Let's
Hear
try
that, Fusion? Nothing can stop us. Nothing.
But yeah, that is the SAS, and in summary, we are going to just kind of style on her on every encounter.
Good.
That is the closest she will ever get to being anything close to a threat.
That's pretty sick.
But that's also why I took the recharge there, because obviously I'm at 11 health. We ain't doing that. that would be very scary until we get the next energy tank. Like, we're not gonna be that far from it. It's not that far into here. Like, we'll be getting that pretty soon. But there's a lot of enemies on the way. Any hit would have killed us if I wasn't grabbing health along the way. It's just way safer to just get the health recharge. So welcome to Sector 4 Aqua, our resident water area. There's a lot of water. As you can see, it is electrified, so it is also maybe not the best thing to run into. There's a bunch of wires that have been messed up.
That's absurd. Wow.
And what we're actually here to do is check up on this creature called Samus. Just in case it might be causing a problem.
Just in case. Probably not, but maybe.
So we'll just kind of go this way, get rid of some enemies along the way, and then quick couple of wall jumps. Good.
Good.
But yeah, we have to go this way. Otherwise, it's just behind this wall near the end of the section, and we're just kind of like, well, I can't get here. From here, it's pretty much just going to be a relatively straight path over to Samus. Not a whole lot that actually goes on. Although we do grab another couple of another missile tank along the way.
I love the. I always love the look of water sections in Metroid games, and I always hate the feel of playing them.
Yeah, case in point, we have to go a little bit into water, like you just saw, and we lose health because, hey, you know, it's electrified. It's the water is very spicy, you understand.
Yeah.
And unlucky there. By the way, those enemies are called ouches.
Are they? Ouches, that's great.
OWTCH, ouch.
Ouch. Exactly.
Aptly named, because you will say ouch whenever you hit one.
It's true.
Speaking of, we have this one that's wanted to be a little cheeky. I don't know how I managed to get over that, but that's, I will take it. That was
tight. Yeah, that was tight.
Yeah, by the way, his game is cheeky. Puts this section behind a save room. You have to look up at that little indent on the wall.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, something's up here. What happens if I shoot this?
Oh, I love that. That's what I always do. I'm always shooting the walls. I'm always looking for stuff.
Yeah, unfortunately, I can't really dodge this one if it does the beam, so I'm just gonna face tank it. It's fine.
It's not nice though.
No, but it's not really. We're not tons of health. We're fine. So this is Samus. Samus does zoom.
Ruh-roh. Oh, I see. Oh, wow.
Yeah, so whenever Samus is hit, Samus goes into gets overwhelming amount of zoomies and just does that. Unfortunately, if I don't get the second hit proper, that happens. So
Terrifying.
hopefully we can get it. Sometimes Samus can also troll you.
Yeah.
Sometimes Samus can also troll you.
Yeah.
That was a bad hit. Yeah, if you do it right, it's like 2 cycles. And if you don't do it right, it takes up to like 5.
Sure.
Okay, dude, we got it.
Wow. Samus is a lot.
Yep, and now it's just a core. Because Sarah's not infected. So that was actually Sarah's X.
Okay.
And for our efforts, we now have Speed Booster, which for anyone who has played a Metroid game from Super onwards, you know what that means.
Mm-hmm. Means fun.
Samus now also gets zoom. Can now zoom around. And do stuff like shinespark in a very tiny gap like that to not have to run all the way through first.
Yeah, that's sick.
Those will be coming out quite a bit through the run, although not quite as many as Zero Mission has. Honestly, Zero Mission probably has the neater shinesparks. You actually go faster in shinespark in that game. In this game, it's the opposite. Running through with Speed Booster is actually the faster method. But yeah, we're just gonna grab those 2 expansions on the way out. We're not actually done here. We're gonna go back in. There is one more we're gonna grab here while we're at it. Plus, we need to actually lower the water level. So that way, you know, it doesn't try to electrify us on the in the process. So I'm just gonna retread where we've been. Get rid of that enemy so they don't hit us, because otherwise they will. And then we're just gonna zoom through a wall.
As you do.
Yeah, as you do. See.
Mm-hmm.
And there, the water level is lowered. However, it is still electrified, so it will still hurt us at the moment because it's still on the wires. You understand? It's fine.
Sure, it is fine.
And then once it's down, it's safe now.
Oh, good, great.
We also don't care about boosting through this room, because we're actually going to be grabbing another missile expansion on the way out. So I'm going to make sure this enemy is safe. Good. It's in a spot where it won't be a problem.
Ooh.
And it is very slow to go through the water as we are right now, so this is way better.
That was sick.
Yeah, my big takeaway learning both of the GBA Metroids is turns out Metroid speedrunning is actually kind of sick.
Yeah, you get to do cool stuff.
Okay. That doesn't usually happen. A little bit of a bad jump there. I was trying to there's also a little bit of a trick to those. If you do that jump a certain way, you actually extend yourself just very slightly, and I did not want to do that, but that's okay. We did not say the thing, but we're not very close to saying the thing.
I was gonna say, was not quite the thing.
It was not quite. It has. I have seen it. It has happened before. It just ain't frequent. There's a difference.
Just, you know. So we're done with water. Are we done with water?
We're done with water for now.
Okay.
But pretty much what was going on there is just trying to get Samus back up to speed. But one of the areas that Adam was thinking about was like way off in an area that would require level 4 security, the highest level. And it's like, I don't want to do that right now, because that would be a very bad idea. So instead, we're going to have you go through Sector 3. We can lead you into areas that won't be superheated, so it'll be safe. So this is also like you would notice, like you had like Sector 1, which was like SRX, and then you had like Tro, Aqua, now Pyre. They are meant to kind of reference what the area is like. In this case, it is Pyre for Pyro. So there's like lava, there's a lot of superheated rooms. Since we don't have we have our basic suit, we are vulnerable to heat as well. So going into the areas will damage us if we ever set foot into one. Thankfully, we never have to. But likewise, we have to get another security door. It's not marked on the map, but we are speedrunners. We know where this is. And really fun jump there.
Yeah.
Really fun jump there. Sneaky little missile tank there, just in case you probably hit it by accident or something, like on like mid jump, like I just did. And then we go up here. Very conveniently did our security clearance. Now we can go through the door. I'm sure nothing bad will happen from this.
No, absolutely not.
Oh, well, that's a problem. Yeah, unfortunately, as soon as you did that, the X are here, and now they are mimicking enemies.
Well, that's unfortunate.
Things like this area is relatively short. And there's not too much we gotta worry about, although we do get a little bit more missiles. Again, a lot of convenience stuff on the way, so that's kind of what we're going for most of the time. And luckily, there's nothing that's going to be in our way aside from just a few enemies. So it's actually like a relatively safe passage. We just jump over what we can. And then we did data room, and now we have super missiles. In this game, they are different instead of like earlier games where they are separate and they're a different ammo. In this game, missiles stack on top of each other, so now they do triple the damage. They are very strong now.
That's a great idea.
And now there's a friend here. Not the SAS, but there is a friend. Good. But I wouldn't worry too much about them. I'm sure they'll be fine.
I've already forgotten. About it.
You probably don't want to forget them that fast.
Okay, I'm thinking about it again.
Good.
Yeah.
Good, because you should.
Great.
So we're gonna go over here and,
hey, friend.
Yeah, it's a security robot, and apparently, it doesn't like us. It's also one of the easiest fights in the game. And that's it. That's it. That is Bots the security robot. It certainly tried. Also, it has a brain inside.
Oh,
I regret to inform you there is an organic component.
well,
I wouldn't worry too much about it though. I'm sure we won't see that thing again.
I won't worry about it. I'm sure we won't see it again.
That is not where I wanted to fire that bite away. But yeah, now that our missiles do way more damage, it is a lot simpler to get through a lot of enemies right now. Also, I did see the comment about having that boss did kind of ruin people on first attempts. Don't worry, the first time I played through this game, that particular fight also ruined me. Yeah, this is more just kind of like, yeah, we really don't want to open up the really high security, so we're gonna have you go through Sector 6 instead. This one is called Nocturnal, so it's meant to be like a lot of kind of nocturnal species, you know, stuff, you know, bats and that sort of thing, just things that would be in like a cave.
Or a Castlevania game.
Yeah, or that.
The Symphony of the Night section, if you will.
Sure, let's call it that. Yeah, also, weird moment there. There's just kind of like, does Samus suspect anything? No, she doesn't. Good.
Ruh-roh.
Don't worry about it.
I'm not worried. I'm not worried at all. What are you talking about? That was in the thing.
I'm sure the Galactic Feds aren't doing anything weird.
Oh, with the name Galactic Feds, I trust them implicitly.
Unfortunately, we're not quite as safe as we think we are, because in this section, you're going to see very quickly, there's also, for some reason, parasites, super frozen parasites from Sector 5 have managed it away here. You see that little blue gelatinous thing just kind of over there now in the corner. Yeah, unfortunately, again, we are susceptible to cold, and these will go actively go after us because they want us to absorb them.
That's bad, though,
if and when they do, they do something like 70 damage per parasite.
No good.
They hurt a lot, so we will be avoiding every last one of them.
No wanties. Nope.
Honestly, the path here doesn't have too many of them, so we don't have to worry too much. But first-time players, you will notice like a couple of rooms where there's like, you go in and there's like 10 of them all at once, and it's like, I don't want to be here.
Yikes.
And then you have that one chasing us. There's one actually in one of those blocks, so we don't want to shoot that block.
Hiding in the block, waiting for you.
There's a few that do that. Some of these are actually kind of mean.
That's right. That's ridiculous.
But yeah, pretty much all of them are very easy to dodge. In fact, that's really the worst of it right there. Once we get what we're actually here for, we will be safe for the rest of the run anyways. So we have this room, and then this wall is like, okay, I don't know how to get through this, so I'm gonna roll here for safety, and then, oh look, it's our friend. Hi, friend.
It's our friend.
And she's just gonna walk through.
Have we tried just talking to her to see what's up? Maybe there's a misunderstanding here.
Well, let me do that. Hi. Uh-oh. Okay.
Okay, no misunderstanding.
That did not go the way I would have liked.
She just wants to shooties.
Thankfully, we're safe now, but that did not go the way I would have liked. Yeah, so the way that's supposed to go is not with her hitting me with the beam twice.
Well, it's supposed to be a lot smoother than that, so just pretend it was smoother. It's fine.
Yeah, normally what happens there is she'll do that whole thing with the power bomb, which hurts us a little bit, but it's not a big deal. And then we're just kind of like, shoot her in the ankle, which does nothing but make her upset.
I mean, that's fair.
And then usually after that, we just get through safely. Luckily, she didn't jump into us, because she also has screw attack, and if she jumps into us, she does like 500 damage and just kills us.
Yeah, that's bad. That's bad.
Also, oh no, that's my data.
My data? Come back.
And it's a giant core.
Whoa.
I don't know why I didn't walk jump there, but okay. Sword's being surprisingly mean right now.
Yeah.
By the way, shoutouts if you ever have to run random, if you ever play randomizer for this game, because there was a chance to have to fight that without any missile upgrades, and that thing takes 3 times the missiles.
Ew.
Upside though, we now have Varia suits, so now we have temperature protection. Hot areas and cold areas will no longer be a problem for us. Unfortunately, this is probably the worst colored version of it in the series.
I don't know. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I almost called it the Varan suit earlier.
Cause like you would. I don't know.
No,
I don't know.
not.
I don't know if I want to. Cool. I don't know if I want to know what the Varan suit would be.
We know exactly what the Varan. Shout out to Varan. This is great. I think it's not such a bad. It's kind of like got a Play-Doh color looking, like it's kind of a bunch of Play-Doh together.
Yeah, but it's also kind of a mustard color, and compared to like every other entry where it's like the very iconic orange.
Oh yeah, no, it's not cool. It's not like cool, but it looks nifty. It's kind of like okay. But yeah, you're right. I think you're right.
But the important thing is that you notice in one room we had the blue rats actually like coming after us, because they still think, here she is. She's really susceptible to this, so it'll kill her. And then you just absorb them and get 30 health instead for each one.
Nice.
And then they immediately catch on to that, and they actively avoid you after that.
The friggin' goops. Come on, this game is way goopier
they're actually learning, it turns out, and that is how the game shows you they're learning.
I don't want to know about sentient goops. I don't want to know. I don't want it.
Well, unfortunately, this is the game that tells you about sentient goops, and so I hate to inform you that it's not the only game that will.
Oh no.
Upside though is now that we have protection from that, we can at least go into other areas safely.
Yeah.
So now we have Aria. This is the part where I wish I played this in English more now, because I really haven't since learning the rhyme.
So but you're saying you're not quite sure what Adam's telling us?
I am mostly sure. Pretty much the main thing that's being said is just, well, we would give you the ice beam, but your body would probably reject it on account of, the Metroid DNA in you now.
What? That doesn't make any sense, Adam. I've had it before. I've had the ice beam before.
Yeah, but we weren't part Metroid.
Yeah, but that just makes us better. Well, I guess maybe, you know what? I don't know. I don't know if this Adam is being straightforward with us.
I don't know either.
I'm a little suspicious.
But the compromise is instead, how about we give you ice missiles? Which fun fact, they actually are a damage upgrade. They give us another 10 damage on top of what they're already doing. So missiles start at 10, they jump up to 30 when you get supers, they jump up another 10 when you get ice, and then finally another 5 when we get diffusion missiles much later. Diffusion missiles, they do ice AoE stuff, and that's really the only thing they're good for.
I mean, it's pretty good though.
We use it in exactly 4 places in the entire run.
Okay.
They do not help us that much. Also, in some respects, it's a little bit of a damage nerf. Because now enemies get frozen first, and they won't die in one hit.
Oh, yeah.
So, unfortunately, we're going to be... Yeah, so unfortunately, we don't really get to have fun with super missiles for much longer. But we did them for a little bit, and then that's kind of it. But welcome to Sector 5. It's very cold. And if we were
chilly.
And if we were here any other time, not only does Samus take rapid damage from the cold, like really rapid damage, she actually takes knockback from it.
Ew.
So it is very hard it's very hard to get around if you ever find yourself in a situation where you have to. Thankfully, the game's story progression does not make that a thing. That is mostly a randomizer thing, and unfortunately, yes, I have been in situations where I've had to do that.
Oh, that's gross. That's extra gross.
But yeah, like before, we need to still get another. We need more security clearance. So this time we're getting the yellow key card or yellow locks disengaged. So we're at security level 3. Red is 4. We will eventually get those as well, but not right now.
Okay.
But there you go, your little jingle. Security level 3. You can now open yellow doors.
Sweet.
And then we finish our lap of arc. Preferably with the enemies not doing that. This room is actually surprisingly mean. But now we have our now we know into the data room. We need our ice missiles. So pour one out for supers.
Bye, supers.
Our soup is about to freeze.
Our soup is about to freeze.
On the upside, we can now freeze enemies, and we can use them as platforms, and that will actually be pretty useful, like right away. So I'm gonna drop all the way down here.
God, shout out to that corridor in Super Metroid, which to this day gives me fits.
Oh yes, that one, the one that a lot of people single wall jump out of.
Yeah. Okay, people. Yeah. All right, stunters.
Shoutouts to anti-shoutouts to this Ripper for just deciding it's going to be in a bad spot for me, and then I have to wait longer so I can actually get our missile expansion here. Luckily, that's pretty much it for now in this area. So now we're just going to make our way out. We come to Sector 5 a lot in the run.
Whoa.
But this is by far probably the most visited sector in the entire run. Because we come in here for the ice missiles. We come in here not too long later for power bombs. And then we come in here again because we have to fight a thing called the Nightmare.
Oh, the Nightmare.
Yeah, which I think that somebody has put it, you know, not the thing from Toby Fox or whatever. But good news is I'm sure we'll be fine now.
Yeah.
Hi, friend.
Yeah, I didn't see anything.
Hi, friend. How are you?
I didn't. There was no. No, that's not a thing.
Oh no.
Ooh, voiceover.
Shoutouts to other Metroid speedrunners who have definitely made jokes on this. Something emergency in Franker Z. But yeah, some Metroid science have decided to mess with the main boiler room, and if we don't do something about it right now, the whole lab is going to explode.
Not the boiler room.
So we have to make a mad dash to the boiler room. Thankfully, there is nothing for us to grab along the way. So this is just actually in and out 4-minute adventure.
Let's go get it.
Yeah, they also give us a very generous time. Like, you have 6 minutes to get there. We honestly most of the time I did through this in under 2 in game. Also, the timer does not run during any of the room transitions, so that also helps out. Oops.
That's good.
That was unfortunate, so that will waste my time a bit, but that's fine.
That's a good tune too. That's some good.
It's a very good tune. I hope you'll enjoy it because you'll get 20 minutes of that near the end of the run.
Oh God.
You will get a lot. You will get to hear that track a lot.
Well, I like it now. We'll see how I feel at the end.
Honestly, it's a good track even then.
Pretty sly. I like it.
But yeah, also thankfully, again, since we have Varia, none of this is a problem. If we do, if we do fall into that lava, that will hurt us, but it won't hurt us as much as it normally would, because we have some protection. That was not. I don't know why I managed to aim down there, but that's okay. We're just going to keep going. And just trying to like navigate through this, freeze that enemy so it doesn't do a ton of damage, because it actually hurts quite a bit.
Yeah, that's a gross room. That room is gross.
I'd argue this one's a little bit worse because there's that little bit of lava and it's surprisingly easy to fall into it.
Yeah, which I would definitely every time fall into.
Yeah, by the way, since we do even more damage from missiles, missile is just the way to go for these. So we always get rid of them in one shot. So this is Gary.
Gary?
Gary the scientist.
Oh, Gary, come on. What did you do, Gary?
Unfortunately, Gary got caught by an X.
Blobby Gary.
And then we get through the fight. Easy. Relatively easy. We now have wide beam. So our beam is way bigger now.
Like a wide beam.
And then we drop in. 4. I was a little bit slower this time because of that mishap at the start. Usually I did in there before any of that. But it's very fun to sometimes just be like 4 minutes and then you hit the thing and it's over.
Yeah.
Just trying to freeze that one so it doesn't try anything funny. Take the damage boost off of that one though. But now we just get out of here. There's nothing else for us to do for now.
Thank goodness.
This is also the last time we're really going to be in this sector until cleanup, so we don't really have to worry about anything else until then. But our beam does way more damage, and also again, it's as the game has said, although it's in Japanese, widens dramatically, and they're not kidding. It is way wider now.
Chunky, I like it.
And that'll be very useful later. That is not the jump I wanted to make, so that was weird. Thanks. So yeah, not our best exit, but it's fine.
It's fine.
It's fine. We get out of here now, and I've basically opened up the way out. No problem. And these are no longer a problem because I'm just trying to kill them immediately.
Yeah, zappies. This is great.
It honestly only gets better from there for the most part, to a degree.
They're always really good about. I feel like I'm always at the beginning. I'm always really frustrated with my guns, and then I'm very satisfied by the end.
Yeah, and this one, honestly, even when you didn't charge me, you're like actually good to go a lot of the time. And randomized runs, the big things you need to finish the game are, aside from like whatever else you might end up needing along the way, the two biggest ones are missiles and charge beam. As long as you have those, you can fight anything.
Sick.
Maybe not easily, but you can fight them.
Yeah, okay.
But yeah, after we handle that, Adam is like, yeah, so there's something up here. We're getting signs of life. I want to make sure, see what's actually there. Up to this point, we had the only scientist we've seen was Gary right there, and Gary's dead.
Yeah, Gary's dead. He's super dead.
Gary's dead. We haven't seen anyone else from the labs.
Yeah.
At all here. And thankfully, we didn't just run through these blocks here. So, whoop. There we're done. We're done. Anyways, you say you started with Super Metroid, right?
I actually started with the original Metroid, and then played Super, and then I think I played the first.
Oh, right.
After that.
Right. You said you started with kind of in order almost.
The OG, yeah, I did play them in order. The OG trio.
Yeah, so you know that one part in Super Metroid where you I'm sure people in here know about like the GDQ bid war of like save versus kill the animals and like the emotes that come from that. We're gonna go save the animals. And in fact it is mandated.
Yeah, no, good. That's good.
Like you can see them like kind of running around there.
Yeah.
Hopefully we did this setup right. Let's try it. Nope, that's okay. We will do this a slightly slower way, but it's all right.
It's all right.
If I do this right, I did shinesparks setup, and I just zoom up that room, and there's nothing that happens.
I see.
But there we go. We open the door.
Aww.
Yeah, and if you know Super Metroid, you will also know those are from that game, and they were actually very nice about letting me coming out in there. So that's good. And then then the tiny one, little teeny tiny voices.
That's really cool.
They're also a surprise tool that'll help us later.
Okay, fantastic. I love that.
Unfortunately, those are the only remaining life in all of the BSL that isn't an X-Parasite.
Well, dang. So
unfortunately, we're very alone.
Ooh, yeah, the suit is so goopy. There's a lot of. It's a very goopy game.
I feel like there's some bad jokes to be had there.
No, that purely innocently. There's just goop. It's just goop. I feel like in the late '90s, early 2000s, there's a lot of goop going around. There was like toys that was just goop.
To be fair, this was released in 2004.
Yeah, it was of the era, of its time.
But yeah, we report our findings, and it was like, okay, well, I can now confirm that everyone else on the BSL is dead.
Oh, yikes.
Which is very unfortunate. But anyway, we have powerbomb data, so we did, the only data room we can send you in is back in Sector 5, so we're just gonna go back to that real quick. Also grab that real quick on our way out.
Mm-hmm.
We don't really have a better time to get it, and on the way back down here, so usually it's just kind of our best moment. We actually almost have everything in the main deck area. There's like three items we don't have yet, and we did 2 of those pretty soon. Ooh, very good jump there. So, welcome back to Sector 5. I hope you enjoyed the cold, because we're about to go in there again. Something, the cold never bothered us anyway. You get 1, I'm not making that joke again.
Fair.
Also, the enemies are terrible, and I'd hate them. And look, there's our friend again. Just in the background, he just wants to say hi. Hi, friend. But yeah, very straightforward. We just run straight back to the data room, get our power bombs. A little bit of a heads up, there will be a flash whenever these goes off for anyone who doesn't know how these work in the games. It shouldn't be too bad, but if that's something that might bother you, just kind of keep that in mind. Honestly, the bigger, like, flash and light warning is definitely from bosses. If you notice, bosses tend to flash a lot when they're about to die.
Double E.
We're gonna be using a ton of these now that we have them. By the way, yeah, that first one was a mimic. We have mimics. There are 2 in the game.
Yeah.
There's that one, and then there's a missile taint one in Sector 6. Anyways, hi SAS, how you doing? Look, I didn't do power bombs now.
I hope she's doing well and not shooty. Oh, she's shooty.
She's a little shooty, but she's a little late, and we're already out.
Good.
We're already out of there. She's not going to be doing a whole lot. Unfortunately, she has messed up that door, so we can't ever use that door again.
Well, that's fine.
Very fun little bit there to turn ourselves up here. And now we start getting powerbomb expansions. We did a ton of these in the game. There's like 74 total. It's way more than we will ever need. We will always have like a massive surplus of them. Oh, that was unfortunate. There's also enemies now that will actually require power bombs to take down. These big things here. The only things that will kill them are power bombs or the screw attack. Nothing else. Also, fun room here. We actually have to come in here, and it's admittedly very out of the way. It's also very mean. There are lots of crumble blocks.
Yeah.
I'm gonna wait till that moves a little bit more, I think. Okay, never mind. I'm gonna just try it anyways. Okay,
I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
Yeah, this room is mean because it's very easy to not get your jump just right, and then you're not doing anything. You're going down. You're falling down crumble blocks, and it's sad.
Yeah, and I'm throwing my GBA across the room.
Anyways, we're done with Sector 5 again for now until we're not.
Yeah, that's cool.
Friend there's just kind of going in, just like fly through, hi, fly through again, bye. I've had about enough of them. But yeah, in the meantime, it seems like things have happened, and Adam's like, "Hey, go to the ship real quick. Something's up."
You want to tell me what, or you just want to like vaguely refer to that? Oh, you
will actually see like very soon. Once we get there. It's also one of the few like legitimately good things happening right now.
Ooh, is it a present?
Sort of.
Ooh.
So yeah, let's make our way there and check out what's over there.
Let's find out. Let's see what it is. I bet it's a present.
Yeah, so am I. Well, that's unfortunate.
Chocolate.
That's unfortunate. Yeah, also, by the way, that's Ridley. He's frozen, and
we just gonna unfreeze
Ridley,
him? Is that what
we did not unfreeze him. Ridley has been infected by an X.
Oh.
That's also not the original Ridley. And I will not explain myself on that one.
No need.
And if I've done all this right, we should have, once I get back to the ship, I should have 120 missiles and then 18 power bombs.
Okay.
If not, I will have to remember which one I missed. But as far as I can tell, I haven't missed anything. We should be fine. Give me a second. I'm going to reset the sound on OBS because that also just went on me for some reason.
Okay.
There we go. My apologies.
No worries.
But yeah, unfortunately the power kind of just went out on us randomly, so that's unfortunate. And it was like, hey, investigate over here. By the way, those animals you saved earlier, yeah, they're here now.
Wait a minute. That's a weird coincidence.
I mean, it is the safest place, honestly. Let's be real. But
Okay.
anywhere else is just there are X parasites everywhere. It will eventually just get them too. And I'd rather not have our friendly animals get hit by them.
Okay, all right.
Again,
it's definitely not a trap.
No, it legitimately isn't.
Legit. Okay, all right.
Unless you're watching a certain video from a certain YouTube channel that rests on Super Metroid and then actually messes with that idea. But yeah, we're gonna be using a bunch of power bombs just to kind of get through here a little bit safer.
Yeah, these guys are gnarly.
These guys are mean. They're not really like massively damaging. They're just kind of annoying.
Although I will say, if I had claws that could shoot lasers, I would probably do that too.
Yeah, I mean, who
probably
wouldn't?
Just as annoying as they are. Oh god, I don't know what I would do if I was a door with an eyeball.
Well, what would you do if you were a spider?
I would shoot fire at you? Oh my god, it's a spider.
It's a spider.
Good lord.
The spider, for reasons, is called Yakuza or Ghetto.
I don't like it. I don't like a spider.
This fight is surprisingly safe, though, despite everything. Like, yeah, if it throws fire at you and it tries to grab you is actually faster.
I would not describe what I'm seeing as safe, but I understand your sentiment.
And now it's just a head jumping around. Any questions?
It's throwing intestines at you.
It's throwing stuff at me.
That's part of it, that it's throwing at you from inside of it.
It's also being really mean right now.
Yeah, this is not what I want to see in my dreams tonight, but what I probably will see in my dreams
Well,
tonight.
thankfully it's gone.
Thank goodness.
Miss sign. That's fine. Ooh, I think I got a double on that one too. That's actually really nice.
Now just a little ball of gack is left.
And now we have now we actually did its ability, which was space jump. It turns out. So now we can infinitely jump.
I love a space jump.
Our wall jump is gone forever, but we now have we can just jump wherever we want now.
Yeah, who needs a wall jump when you have space jump?
Yeah, and now we have the auxiliary power. So now most stuff's kind of working, but kind of not.
Okay.
But it turns out something is choking the power in this place, and that is actually what's going on.
So you say choking. Choking is an interesting word.
Well, you see all these growths around. That's what's happening.
Okay. Yeah.
Like the silo is actually like completely just smothered in this overgrowth.
Yeah. It's both choked and smothered.
Anyways, hi friend.
Whoa! No!
Bye friend.
No!
And that's it. She's not gonna be doing a whole lot of anything to us now.
Okay, great.
So I'm gonna get over here. And fun fact, the game doesn't know what to do about this, so she just kind of jumps around. And it's like, where is she? What do I do?
That's pretty funny. It's pretty funny.
And we're gonna open it up for much later to make our lives just a little bit simpler when it's more relevant. For now, we're gonna quickly work our way around here. Very nice ton of green X there, so just if we needed missiles, we just got missiles. Don't worry, we were fine on that anyways.
That was satisfying.
It is the most satisfying part there during this segment. That poor key hunter didn't have a chance.
Oh, obliterated.
It's like brushing against me and just shinesparks goodbye.
No chance.
Yeah, so this is what's actually causing our problem. This is Notori. And it just takes a lot of missiles.
I can see how this might be a problem. She's just a hungry plant girl looking for a home.
Well, unfortunately, it turns out that that has also been infected by an X parasite. And this one is our next beam upgrade, so this is actually going to be Plasma Beam once we get it.
I thought you were going to say Plant Beam, and that would have been really cool.
Well, I mean, technically it's a Plant Beam, because that's what we got it
Plant Beam! I like a Plasma Beam.
But yeah, our beam can now penetrate enemies, and it'll actually damage them on every frame it travels through them. So it's, for bigger enemies, it is very strong.
Yeah.
For a lot of others, it is effectively a little bit of a damage nerf, but because we do so many hits, it doesn't really matter.
But it looks so much cooler. It's totally worth it.
It is way cooler though. But yeah, with that dealt with, upside is now the power's fully back, so everything's back to normal. Unfortunately, all the stuff that kind of became cocoons during our first trip here is now, they've all hatched. They've all come out. So now there's a lot of like key hunters, and these things are kind of mean. They do a bunch of do a decent amount of damage. We're at a point where it doesn't matter. We just have a ton of health now. And in fact, we'll have like 20 tanks by the end of the run.
Well, I'll tell you what, I do not like it. I do not like things generally that come out of cocoons. Butterflies, I guess, are the exception.
Yeah, unfortunately, these are basically like, imagine a wasp coming out of a cocoon, and it's a bitter wasp.
No, they look like cicada shells, which I found one in my car the other day, which means it was from like last summer.
oh no.
Which is hilarious.
Yeah, something, happy Pride Month.
Yeah, exactly right. Happy Pride Month. Cicada swarm sounds.
But yeah, Adam's also a little confused, like, wait, what do you mean you have Plasma Beam?
Uh-oh.
So that's a problem, but also then it's like, there's also a problem with Sector 5. Actually, go here instead. Just go here.
I'm concerned about why Adam's concerned about why I have Plasma Beam, because I want Plasma Beam, dude.
Yeah, there's reasons for that.
Dude reasons. Computer dude reasons.
But yeah, you know that friend that's been kind of in the background, just kind of going through? Yeah, it's out now. Or as it said, Nightmare.
It's out now? Happy Pride.
Like it's very much in Tataton, it's just Nightmare. Effectively.
Oh, you've mentioned the Nightmare. You've mentioned.
That's fine.
Ooh.
That is a very tricky tricky setup to do, and usually I don't get it anyways. So instead we'll do this, and then we'll just zoom through the next like 4 rooms.
Oh, that's tight. That's super tight.
Yeah, there's a few shinesparks like that in the run, and they're all kind of cool. Okay, good. I actually got that first try. That was
nice.
That is a surprisingly hard one, and if I don't get it there, I basically have to wait until after the fight to get it.
Ew.
Because the fight gives us gravity suit, so we can actually get around in water, no problem. But until then, there's no good way to get back to it.
Yeah. That is a creature right there.
Yeah, what is a space pirate, but it could swim.
Yeah, with a tail. Goodness.
So yeah, it just has like a fish tail, and they're mean.
Yeah. It didn't make them nice.
That is a couple of bad jumps there, but that's all right.
It's all right. That's gross. That's somebody designed that room is like, I'm just gonna make this nasty. It's just gonna spit stuff at you immediately.
Yeah, pretty much what's happened is because Nightmare broke out. Sector 5 is no longer cold.
Oh, I see.
No longer cold anymore.
Yeah, that's a problem.
And pretty much everything's like some degree of destroyed.
That's interesting. That's cool. That's cool design. Uh-oh. This is normal, right?
But yeah, his whole mechanic is that once you do a certain amount of damage, he activates gravity, and even your missiles will actually just fall to the ground.
Ew.
Beams do not have that problem.
Sure.
And remember how I said these do damage on every frame? Yeah, these do a ton, and that is first phase. First phase is gone.
His face is leaking, and he's making cat sounds.
And that's Nightmare.
What? Oh my goodness.
And that's Nightmare.
Good lord.
And that thing looks even worse than Never M.
That is terrifying.
I needed to kind of... There we go. That's actually good.
I love the way you jumped around him.
Yeah, this is why we had the flashing lights warning, by the way. This thing is the worst offender by far.
We have killed him in vengeance for uncolding the fridge.
He opened the fridge and did not close it, and for that he must pay.
Yeah. And my drinks are all warm.
But yeah, this thing also shows up in Upper M, and it's, by Wii standards at least, it's about as terrifying in appearance.
When you said the Nightmare, I thought for sure that I was gonna be okay with whatever they chose. That was not okay.
Yeah, so Metroid Fusion is kind of a horror game if you really stop and think about it.
Oh no, I've been scared. Yeah,
the closest I've ever done to speedrunning a horror game. Shout outs to people like Astrid and others who do a bunch of those.
Right. No, this is legit. This is a legit horror game for sure.
Yeah, and like any good horror game, you also clown on the thing that's supposed to try to kill you.
Exactly right. That's true.
Yeah, like every horror speedrun I've seen, it's like, "Hi, friend," and then they just do something really silly, and it's like, "Bye, friend." But yeah, there's also a little shortcut to Sector 4, and the game actually does expect us to come this way. This room is terrible. There's a lot of these enemies. They fire these little fireball things. It's just kind of obnoxious. There's nothing good to say about it.
Boomerang fireballs, get out of here. One or the other. It looked really nice though.
That is probably one of the better runs I've had of that room. Sometimes I get really clean rooms. Sometimes I'll take like several hits in through there. Nobody likes that room.
Yeah, why would you? It's horrible.
Yeah, right now our main objective after dealing with Nightmare is really just getting ourselves back to kind of the normal areas pretty much.
Okay.
So fortunately or unfortunately, depending on how you feel about water, it takes us into this underwater area of Sector 4. So this is where the Aqua name actually comes from. It's the fact it's basically an underwater place.
I feel okay after the gravity suit. I feel okay about it.
Yeah, to bring it around normally. And by the way, that's level 4 security. And I forgot to plant a power bomb in here because, fun fact, once I hit that, the door is actually able to be opened, and it will open mid cutscene.
Huh.
It doesn't make a difference. It's just mildly humorous to see. And then we'll wait for these ones to form. Good. And now we can get through this door. And if we did take a bunch of hits in that room earlier, they wouldn't be a problem because we did our health refill here. So thankfully, there's really no danger aside from the room is just kind of mean. We might take several hits because that room is mean.
I love the vibe of it. It just looks really good. Like
It's a surprisingly chill part of the run, for that matter.
Not that guy.
Yeah, by the way, those are here too.
Oh, jeez. It's just like it's the worst part of every creature that it's made of.
What you mean?
That's my take on that.
What you mean? You don't
creature.
want a pet fish, space pirate themed?
No, because it's got like a lobster tail, which is like not helpful, and it's got like I don't know.
Honestly, understandable. Have a great time zone. Yeah, we're actually almost out of here. Thankfully,
Sick.
just had to freeze that one enemy. Take the fireballs, whatever. It's not a big deal.
Yeah, it's fine.
And hopefully this setup will work for me this time. Sometimes it doesn't.
Ooh,
Okay, we actually got it.
nice.
And then the game said no.
Yeah, I was like, nah.
That's alright, we'll just do it this way. Trying to run ourselves up. Game did not take the input I wanted. That's fine. We'll just do it again.
It's all right. Ooh.
But yeah, if things are the way we want them to, we can set ourselves up to get that way sooner instead of having to like do another boost to get through it. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
There we go. We're fine. And like that, we're back in kind of the main area. However, we can't really get out of here. Thankfully, I wonder what's in this data room. Maybe it'll help us out.
What do you think? Yeah.
And that is our diffusion missiles.
Okay.
So upside is our missiles to be charged and have an AoE effect. They do not do extra damage. They just do this instead.
That's pretty cool. I mean,
it is used for precisely like one puzzle in the entire game.
yeah, I'm gonna say not useful, but cool.
Yeah, diffusion missiles might despise because they're there and they don't really do anything other than they add 5 damage to our missiles, so now they do 45, and we can charge them. And the charge actually kind of throws me off.
Yeah.
So I'm just not a fan.
No, that's legit. I get that. Totally get that.
And this is also the first area that we will full clear. And you see real quickly, I just kind of paused the game to make sure.
Yeah.
So when we do cleanup, we actually will come back here, but we only use it to get to another area sooner because it's another connecting path. The BSL actually has a surprising number of these, but they don't really come up until you're in the basically at the end of the run. But yeah, Adam's not happy with us because we turn around and just got the level 4 security clearance. We got the fusion missiles, which we weren't supposed to be getting for reasons.
Well, I'm not happy with Adam.
And then he gets distracted because yeah, so you remember that security robot you dealt with back in Sector 3? Yeah, we found him again. We've already been authorized to deal with this if it showed up again, and it showed up again. So now we are making use of our authorization by getting rid of the robot.
I don't like Adam. I've decided I don't like him.
Don't worry, it gets a little bit better. And also, for what it's worth, Samus really only calls it Adam because it reminds her of that commanding officer, and that's about it.
Ooh, that was nice.
That's a really fun jump. I like doing that jump.
It's a good jump.
Yeah, also with the kind of power our beam has, we can kind of... Most enemies aren't really going to be a problem so much as just getting through. But for now, we're making our way back up, not to where we were before, but now we're gonna actually go in this other path that we couldn't do before. And you see there's like 10 of them there. Yeah, if we had gone there during our first path, that would have just been like I'm not going through this room, I'm leaving.
The death room, yeah.
Yeah, it's just the room that kills you, basically. Very good luck on that. And if I do this correctly... Yeah, so we can't go through there yet, because there's nothing there. Or rather, we can't get through it. We don't have a way to hit the switch. And the game's like, no entry without authorization, because now it's like, well, you just tried to do something you shouldn't.
Well, what's funny about that is that, like, the door... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, and then we we just shine spark back out. I love that.
Yeah. But it's like the door being closed is already telling us that we can't go there. So like, you don't need to have a voiceover.
Yeah, unfortunately, this is the part where I bring up our lovely friend Box here. Actually has a brain inside, and that brain can be infected, and it did. So it is actually called Xbox.
Ah. Shots fired. Is it subtle that they made us blow up Xbox?
It's just called that because, you know, otherwise it had to be called Box X, and that'd be weird.
That doesn't make sense. No, it doesn't make sense.
But yeah, now we have wave beam, and our beam can penetrate walls.
Oh, I love a wave beam. Oh, this is like a nice corkscrew.
So you see that door? Yeah, that door's no problem. Now we have authorization.
Now we do.
We are authorizing ourselves.
That's right. That is a beam. I like that beam a lot.
It is a very good beam.
That's a tasty beam.
I did hit my down, but that's okay. But we'll just run in here.
Oh, hey guys.
And I don't know what just broke things, but we're gonna find that out real quick. And oh crap, the SAS is here.
Oh.
And the Metroids are gonna hug her instead. Yeah, and now we need to get out of here, because otherwise this place will be detached, and then we go with it. So we got rid of the SAS.
Whoa.
No longer a threat.
Whoa. That was bonkers. And that's not even the end.
So yeah, the good news, we don't have the SAS to worry about. The bad news...
What's the bad news?
I'm gonna wait till it gets there. The bad news is that was one SAS.
Oh, good.
Out of 10.
Whoa, not good.
They have multiplied, and there are more of them.
I thought they were just gonna tell us there was one other, and she's the good one, and y'all are friends now.
No, at this point, there's way more of them now, which is an even bigger problem. And Adam's like, okay, we're done here.
Yeah, no kidding.
We're done here. We're arranging the get out of here. Let the Galactic Federation handle it. And then we go into this section. By the way, we're actually back in Sector 1.
Okay.
So we have this little secret area. It's actually not a whole lot that goes on here, thankfully. It's just kind of a small area with a couple of items. Also, we have green Kool-Aid, and the green Kool-Aid is very spicy and actually can hurt us no matter what.
I like the green Kool-Aid. I like the Mars-influenced soundtrack here.
Oh, wait a minute. I did forget a thing. Hold on. I'm gonna go back and get that real quick.
Yeah, get it.
Yeah, I got a little ahead of myself there. That's all right.
Fine. Ooh.
Yeah, and by the way, that's a bunch of parasites. So we did like a bunch of stuff out of it.
Ew.
But yeah, I almost forgot that. That would have been very unfortunate.
It's like a pill for that or something.
I'm afraid not.
In the door.
In the door. Do you mind?
No.
I am trying to get through here.
I really don't like that.
And they're gone now. We don't have to worry about them anymore. This room's a little not fun because of all these rippers, but that's okay.
Yeah, no, I don't like any of this.
Hi, Ridley.
Oh, my guy.
Bit of a volume warning for everyone.
Oh my god. What?
Yeah, by the way, Wave Beam does a lot of damage.
I can't. I'm sorry. That is the funniest
And
video game
that
scream I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah, so regardless of your time zone, good morning. I hope you slept well. There's a reason I jokingly call that thing Nintendo Alarmo Metroid Edition.
Somebody had a lot of fun making that. That is ridiculous.
And that is why they toned it down for Zero Mission.
That is a lot.
And that is our final major upgrade, because now we have, for some reason, the screw attack. And nothing to really, like, stop us in terms of, like, getting around anymore. So these enemies, nothing.
Oh, that's so satisfying.
We now just kind of buzzsaw through everything.
That's really nice.
More importantly, this means now we now have the cleanup phase, where we're going to be running through a bunch of these sectors. The items that we didn't get along the way. Now that we have nothing that will impede us from getting any of them. In fact, some of them actually need a screw attack in the first place, and so does a lot of the shortcuts to actually get through the other sections.
I want to point out, though, that the screw attack makes you look like the cores. That's not. I'm sure that has nothing to do with it. Right?
It doesn't.
It's a neat little visual, like, allusion to it. It's a while. I like it. It's good.
It also keeps us relatively safe from almost any attack in the game.
Yeah, as it should.
So this whole thing is kind of a non-issue. But yeah, at this point we're just going to be doing this section is like 20 minutes by itself, but it's honestly probably one of the most satisfying things, because you're just blitzing through all these areas now at full power. Actually nothing can stand in your way, and you're just grabbing everything else, because at this point, why not?
That's a good point. That is what they do really well, is that when you're kitted out and you've got everything you need, it is just such... It changes. Like, it's the room that you dread is no longer the room that you dread.
No, in fact, if anything, the run dreads you.
Exactly right. That's right.
Fun little bit here. We have to do that, and then... Yeah, we did a lot of power bombs, like I've said, and we're not going to need that many. We haven't needed that many at all.
Mm-hmm.
That was a little unfortunate, but... Yeah, by the way, we have, the pseudo rates are also damage reduction, so those do, like, 1 if we bump into them now.
That was interesting. That's extra interesting. Oh.
Yeah, there's a lot of side paths that this game will not tell you about. And during this section, honestly, like, if you're playing this casually, you could just go to the end of the game right now.
Mm-hmm.
But there's nothing actually stopping you. Once you get through Ridley, you can just kind of go to the navigation room in main deck and sort the final sequence.
I mean, who would blame you after you fight Ridley, the screaming goat? That sounds like
I hate now. I just imagine the image of Ridley, but to the stream, it's like that. You know that goat stream?
Yeah, the goat scream is what I was thinking of, because it's what it sounds like. It's exactly what it sounds like.
Also gonna have a really fun little moment coming up here once I get into this next room. So gonna get up here. You'll notice there's a room I also avoided earlier on, because that room is just kind of not one you want to be going into early. Okay, good, we got our stop. And now I'm just gonna shine spark right through, grab this missile tank. I'm gonna hit this wall, I'm gonna hold A, and we'll automatically jump from it. Grab that one. Dip down in here, which can't hurt us anymore because we have gravity suit, and that means lava is not gonna do anything to us.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there's like 3 missile tanks in this one room, and it's just kind of neat that you can do. You just zip around to all 3 of them like that.
Oh yeah. I would not go in that room. Prior to
and
that.
as long as I didn't miss anything, this will be our last item for the sector.
Ooh.
In fact, I will just briefly make sure. Yeah, we're good. But I'm actually gonna go this way first. This takes us back to Sector 2, and there's an item I didn't get earlier, and it's faster to get it here. And I just zoomed through those, grabbed that on the way out, and there we go. We got him.
Fair enough.
And then back out we go. That's it. That's all we're doing in Sector 2 for the moment. We'll be back there later. Instead, what we actually want to do after that is go this way, and this is a little quick route to Sector 3. And because of the way we do this, we ultimately end up where we go through Sector 2 last, get the items there, and then when we leave that area, we go out back through the main silo. Also, these enemies are in a bad spot, so I need to get rid of them first.
Ooh.
This is also when like you start seeing like more shine sparks in general, because we actually start kind of needing them to get around.
Sure.
But this is very neat. So we get those items. We're gonna come down here, and we're gonna actually make our way down to the right. And you'll notice when I get down here, there's a wall that you probably has been seeing this whole time. Yeah, this is actually bombable.
Oh.
Ooh, I actually got the jump this time. Cool. That jump is very hard to actually do. That is actually called a jump bomb jump, or JBJ.
No, and no, I won't do it, and I can't do it. No.
It is a very hard trick.
I can do 2 of those things. I cannot do 3.
But yeah, we made our way here first. Break that down. Rather just shoot the switch so it goes down, and then those blocks are in our way.
Yeah.
And now we should be able to get through the rest of this room.
Fantastic.
And all the way up here. So we did that nice one along the way. Drop down here briefly, get this one, and then we're gonna go all the way back down because there's some more stuff that we need to get.
Sweet.
And it's all at the bottom.
Sweet.
And back into the lava. It's again kind of whatever. Honestly, at this point, it's just kind of there. It's just like, yeah, that's spicy Kool-Aid.
I would so if I had a Varia suit, I would stand in lava. I'd hang out in lava all day.
Varia would that would not be good enough. You would actually be taking damage.
Okay, I'm sorry.
It'd be it's still a little too hot.
I retract my statement.
And then zoom right through this room. Basically nothing now. But yeah, there's a lot of these paths don't open up until like later on, and some of them you honestly wouldn't think to go to, and I'll be honest, in a lot of my playthroughs, I would never think to be like, oh, where, oh, yeah, sure, there's this block here, of course there is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, by the way, we don't care about going through the monkey bars now, we're just gonna run.
Oh, we don't need them.
We don't need them, the lava can't hurt us. Those little bits of fire can, but they don't really do anything. Also, it is a little bit faster to actually jump up to ladders like this. Because of the way space jump works. And now for the other fun setup.
I love, yeah.
I love doing these. The shine sparks are probably my favorite thing in the runs.
I just love the idea of making an entrance, like opening the door and then doing that into a room. Like at a party, I would love to do that.
I just imagine what the enemies are feeling as it happens. It's like, what's that coming at us? And they're just, Samus over here became the bullet, just flinging herself at you.
Yeah. Whoa, too many over there.
Well, there are two.
Yeah, that's true.
So it does, that does qualify. Yeah, this is our final run through Sector 5. We're not actually here for long. We're just gonna be grabbing a few things that we didn't already get during our previous trips. Mostly because they're just too out of the way or kind of a pain in the butt to actually reach. And that enemy had the right idea. They stayed down. They understood.
Listen, if I saw Samus and I was an enemy, I'd do the same thing.
Yeah, if I start hearing like noises like that, I'm probably hoping it's not coming at me.
I'd be ducking.
But yeah, very conveniently we did the items here on the way out, because once we did this one, we actually go straight to Sector 6 from here. And we have some of the more fun items to actually grab now.
Cool.
So first of all, we're gonna go back towards where we fought our next last boss. We can finally get through those blocks. I'm gonna get rid of these enemies so they're not in my way while I set things up, because we are going to be doing a few things with this. First of all, that right through the wall. Yeah. Right through all of these walls. You'll see that item there. The fast way to do that is with what is called a space boost, where you set up the speed booster and then space jump through. It is kind of hard to line up. So this is the easier way to do it.
Ah, I see.
And then we'll come over here. We're going to get this one as well. Stop myself here so we can do this. 1, 2, 3.
No way. That's wild.
Yeah, that one takes a bit. In fact, a lot of these take a little bit, because once Samus is zooming around like this, it's a little harder to control, and especially if you're not good at your inputs, sometimes it's easier to kind of like slide and not actually do what you need to do.
Yeah, I love that they built that huge room to frustrate you for that one thing.
Oh, don't worry. This sector is even has something even worse.
Cool.
But yeah, real quick, we're gonna dip back into the restricted area because there's one item here. We need to be a little careful here that I don't do a straight up shine spark, because if I shine spark straight up, this will take you back to Sector 1. You don't want to do that, because then you have to go through all of this again.
Ew,
to get back over here. It's a whole thing. You don't want to do that, especially during cleanup.
Don't do it.
Also, shout out yet again to the randomizer, mostly because of room names. This is called the Xbox Garage.
Ah.
There are 2 items here, and the second one is kind of a pain. So the way you have to do this is you have to jump. So it's behind this. There's a bunch of crumble blocks, and I have to. Okay, I thought I made that look incredibly easy. That is frame perfect. Those are frame perfect.
That was ridiculous.
Those are frame perfect. That is dev intended. That they actually fully expected you to just do a frame perfect jump over on a crumble block. It's easy.
Thanks, Debs. Thank you so much.
I don't know why. I don't know who decided that.
Oh, somebody who.
But I want to talk.
Yeah, it's the same. Yeah. I agree.
Also, welcome to Pillar City.
Aw.
So I had to bomb these very specifically. If I mess up any of them, a pillar will go up in a spot that I don't want, and then we can't actually set up speed booster to get the item here.
Weird. Weird.
Devastating ways that's. Oh! I've never done it that way, if I'm going to be honest. I've never done it that way. Like, even before I knew this as a speed run, like, I always thought I was supposed to do the jump.
I mean, since you can, it's like, you know.
At least the couple times I ever actually did it. And it should be everything. Yeah, that's everything.
Sweet.
So now we can safely go to Sector 2, except technically we're not going to Sector 2 yet. We're actually going to Sector 4. Just like I said before, there is a connecting path. And this actually takes us to 4. But we've done everything there, so we don't actually need to worry about it. So instead, all we're going to do is just kind of use it as a way to get out of here sooner.
Sure.
Down the blocks. Through this way. And there we go. Now we're in Sector 2. And we're actually like in a very convenient spot of Sector 2, because this is, you remember, this is where we got the T card earlier. We don't, there's actually a whole, welcome to Crumble City. Welcome to Crumble City. There are a ton of crumble blocks all throughout this room, and it sucks. Everything about this room sucks.
Ew. Ew. No.
Okay, now we're actually safe.
No.
Yeah, it is surprisingly easy to mess up in this room, and then you have to go all the way back here every time.
Yep. Yep. Thanks, Debs.
Crumble City, my beloved. Yeah, also these T-Hunters are incredibly mean, so I'm trying to make sure that they hopefully do nothing of value. Hi. Thank you. How this game expects you to know about these side paths though is beyond me, because there were so many areas where it's just like there is nothing visually to suggest there's anything here.
Oh yeah, no. If you were like me, most of my childhood was just like hitting every possible surface in every room just in case.
To be fair, this is part of why you did so many power bombs. The expectation is you're going to be using these to get around.
Yeah.
And if you're using them in every room, you will find something eventually.
Some of these are pretty ridiculous, though. That's.
By the way, I lied. That's the other puzzle that require once you use the fusion. And I guess the one with the ouches. that I have never actually used it on because I didn't think that was how you were supposed to do it. Don't judge me.
No, of course not.
Yeah, by the way, there's a whole puzzle with this where you're supposed to bomb a certain part of the floor for a pillar to come up. We have all the other stuff that we need. We don't care about it, so we just kind of skip the entire sequence. Just jump.
That's pretty sweet.
That's why we don't get this until now, because we don't have to go through that whole thing.
Yeah. How come Samus doesn't get dizzy in the screw attack?
I'm not sure. I'm just glad she doesn't.
Yeah, no, that's great.
It could be worse. You could be the space pirates from I think from the Metroid Prime games and how they tried to replicate certain parts of the suit tech to horrifying results.
Oh, goodness.
Shout outs to the space pirates who tried to emulate Morph Ball only to learn why they probably shouldn't.
Ooh.
And by that I mean they have turned themselves into pretzels.
Ew. Ooh. That was very silly.
We love Crumble Highway, and I actually even kept the shine spark, but I actually did that other part easier said.
Mm-hmm. What in the world? Okay.
Yeah, they expect you to do that somehow.
Okay,
honestly,
all right.
honestly, not that hard.
Sure, no, but.
But all that's left now is a single power bomb. If I looked at this close, yep, that is all we have left. That is in the main deck, so we are actually done here, and now we just make our way out. Okay then. I think Zero Mission might have spoiled me a little, because usually jumps like that will break blocks.
Mm-hmm.
And this one, it don't always do it. Because there's not enough space to, like, actually start.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that is basically the cleanup phase aside from that one item, and that one item is going to be grabbed very, very shortly. But very conveniently, we can come back up here, do this, hit these blocks that are gone, and yeah, very conveniently, there's that one door that we can just use to get out.
Cool.
And now, the final power bomb. As soon as I don't mess up a jump. And there, that's 100%. We can finally go. We can finally start. We can actually finish the run now. So now I'm going to make my way over to the navigation room near the elevator, and we're going to get locked inside. Because Adam is even more like, we are done here.
My guy.
And I'm going to keep you in this room. We're going to lock it in, and we're going to. The light defense are going to come. They're going to deal with the situation and get you out. Samus, however, is not having any of this. Because understandably, she knows what's going to happen, which is the SAS are going to kill all of them, and then they're just going to spread themselves throughout the galaxy, which is a big problem, as you'd imagine, because very few things can stand up to Samus Aran, let alone an X version of her.
Seriously.
And that's what this whole thing is kind of going on about. So it's like, I gotta do something about this, like, even if I die for it. Like, she is very much ready to just blow this whole thing up with her inside it if she has to.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, open the door, and then kind of a bit of rage, like, she finally calls it Adam, and the computer's like, huh?
Huh?
And yeah, they have a little bit of a back and forth. And it's like, and at this point, Adam reveals, well, instead of like blowing it up with you on it, why don't you set it on a collision course?
Oh yeah.
He's like, why don't you blow up the why don't you blow up SR388 with it?
Okay.
And at this point, she realizes, oh wait a minute, you are Adam. Like, even at the end, he does his little bit there, like, any objections, lady? To further prove, like, no, it's actually him. And this also comes up in Dread, because he is around in that game as well. He's pretty much just her computer system.
Well.
So yeah, we're gonna come up here, blur out the SAX, and birds on a blaster. And then she's going to stuck.
Yes.
And no one will miss my shots.
Okay.
And then she's going to get stuck again.
Yes. Blasties.
And that's it. That's first phase. But now she becomes this thing.
Oh no. No, we can't have that.
Yeah, don't worry. We're not going to. We're not going to. That's it.
Like a redux.
I think that's very quickly.
Starting to make some weird noises too, so I'm glad you did that quickly.
By the way, as you notice, this is the Ice Beam core.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the thing was supposed that it said, yeah, when you shouldn't be able to use this.
Oh, you're gonna use it. You're gonna totally use it.
Unfortunately, the parasite leaves.
Oh, freaking!
It just leaves. It's like, I'm out of here. You beat me.
Whatever.
And we're gonna send this on a collision course. So now we need to run.
That's a really cool room to only get to see for like a second.
Yeah, you go in there long enough to hit the sequence, and it's gonna make its way to the planet, and then it's gonna drop itself on it. Also, the slowest elevator ride of our lives.
Yeah, ridiculous.
like we gotta book it, and this thing is just like, your call is very important to us. Please hold.
Yeah, that was tight.
Your escape from the BSL is in position number 40. All right, do we get the fun bit here? We do. So I'm gonna drop down here and zoom across this room.
Oh, that's fun.
I love doing that. It's fun. It's great.
BSL.
Yeah, by the way, you've been seeing these weird things lately. Yeah, the Metroid's not out, and that's an Omega Metroid.
Whoa, heck yeah it is. Oh, it almost got you.
Yeah, we can't fight it right now. So it's gonna try to kill us. Thankfully, Desi is our friend and actually helps us here.
Oh.
And then she goes down.
Sam's and XX BFF, blasty friends forever. And we get it. And we get it. We get the ice beam.
And we got the quick kill. Let's go.
Let's go. This thing is starting to scream weird.
That is the Omega Metroid fight if you do it correctly. Time will be very soon, because once the ship actually pulls Samus up, that is it.
Nicely done.
Time.
Heck yeah. Time. Sweet. Awesome work.
So, now earlier on, we had to go back here, and Adam reveals like, oh yeah, who are these? You know, showing the animals, and we do actually bring up, yeah, these are what we found. And you'll notice, like, very conveniently, the ship wasn't there when we got back, and then came in to grab us at the end. So you're kind of like, how did that come back?
Yes.
And there's actually a neat little scene that'll be shown here. So I'm gonna have this happen first. Unfortunately, a little bit of this will be kind of auto advanced. I can't make it go any faster. Sadly, I can't even speed up the text here.
That's fine.
By the way, because I am playing this on the Switch, it does run very slightly faster than on an actual GBA. So my actual time is somewhere around like just under 159 right now. Because we do have to adjust for that. But still, sub 2 hours is pretty good. At least at my skill level for this run. But this run, funny enough, this is the run I wanted to learn first if I was going to ever learn a Metroid run. By the way, this is why. This is who saved us.
Aww, of course.
The animal saved us. It comes full circle. We saved them. We saved them, and now they save us.
So snuggly boops.
They are adorable.
Oh, I want to hug them.
Unfortunately, you cannot.
I'm gonna do it.
You heard it here. Exxy just trying to
whatever it takes.
Find a way to hug an Electoon.
I'm gonna snuggle that Electoon, whether it wants me to or not. No, that's not. I wouldn't do it if it didn't want me to. It seems like it wants me to.
But yeah, this is the run I wanted to learn first, and then I ended up getting the challenge redeem for Zero Mission. Learned that run instead, and then learned this one.
I mean, that was really impressive.
But yeah, honestly, there's several shout outs I can give. There's a bunch of Metroid runners I can and should shout out. Like Dark Spice in the chat, you've already seen him. Also, Radley Vance has helped me. Has talked a few times with the runs and everything. I don't know if I should give shoutouts to Randomania, but I'll give one anyways because they do have a really good randomizer. It's currently in beta though. It's not in their public builds yet. Okay. But the randomizer is really fun. That's also been a fun time. But yeah, this run is very fun. I love it. And fortunately or unfortunately, these are the runs that put me on the Metroidvania arc that I've been on all year since. And I keep running into more of them.
It seems like it was fun. It seems like a fun run, and it seems like, you know.
Honestly, the boss fights are probably the best part of this run, but...
Yeah.
We are going to get one last bit here. We did like the image when the run is done, based on how fast we do it and also our percentage.
Oh,
the
yeah.
quote-unquote best one is if you do it under 2 hours ending time and then also get 100%. So you will see that briefly, or somebody in my chat has called it, it's basically the Sparkle on, it's Wednesday. Or I guess Sparkle on is Thursday. But yeah, between like an hour 20, hour 25, in-game has kind of been my baseline. And yeah, I don't really have much else on it. This run is great.
Yeah.
I'll be back on Kirby sooner or later. In fact, it's probably going to be sooner rather than later, but don't worry. But yeah, I guess if you want to find me though, twitch.tv/BeamQueenSol. I'm generally a Kirby speedrunner. That's usually the thing I tend to do more, but lately I've been doing the GBA Metroids, like you see here. And if you caught like an earlier trap mode earlier in the year where I did Zero Mission 100%, that was also a run I've done on a trap mode. And I've been dabbling in other stuff as well. Like I have run like another platformer. I don't know if I'll submit that much for trap mode because that run is kind of stressful. But I also do like a bunch of casual things. I do some Pokemon stuff as well. I guess that might be obvious to certain, you know, I'm just gonna like, you can't see me gesture at the thing, but you just look at the corner, you know what's there. I can't gesture, it isn't that advanced. But regardless, if any of that sounds like a fun time, do feel free to follow. I will admit, apart from Kirby, I will eventually be probably learning Metroid Prime, because I do have a challenge redeem to do the remaster on hard.
Oh yeah,
and
nice.
I'll leave that there for now because I don't know when I might actually tackle that proper. But otherwise, thanks for having me here. maybe I'll end up running this for last since that's coming up. We'll see.
Cool. Well, thank you. That was amazing. I loved every second of that. Yeah, that was wild. As for me, I'm Exxy. You can find me at twitch.tv/ExxyPlays. I started a Baldur's Gate 3 Dark Urge Honor Mode run because why not? And some little Night Rain and some other stuff, and working on a follow up to my last rant, which may involve roguelikes. So if you want to join the Discord, you should join the Discord and tell me whether or not you want to hear about that, because
the roguelike arc is real.
It's a combination of etymology and taxonomy about the language that we talk about roguelikes with, and the development of choice in roguelikes, which has been interesting to think about. So yell at me, shout at me if you want to hear that. And otherwise, we have to go to intermission, I think is the next step. I think I'm right about that. So hang on. We're going to go to intermission. I'm going to tell you some more things, and then we're going to be done. And we're going to have a great night. Thank you. Attract mode. Yeah. Welcome back, everybody. What a wild experience that was. Thank you, Soul, for showing us that. I really enjoyed that. That was fantastic. I do want to remind you once again, Lady Arcader's Super Showcase is coming up. That's going to be a fun time. You're going to want to get in the Discord. You're going to want to learn about that. August 21st to 24th. So get in the Discord and we'll sort you out there. And then also next time on Attract Mode, which will be Sunday, June 22nd at 2 p.m. It's a barrel. It's a banana. It's Donkey Kong 64. Add 129 makes their return with this any % all keys run, but they're not monkeying around. They then followed up with an intro story glitch exhibition with a full host of hijinks. Not just a few, not just one, a full host of hijinks. So once again, Sunday, June 22nd, 2 p.m. Eastern, for this jungle of a run. You don't want to miss it. It's going to be a good time. I've been your host. My name's Exxy. We're going to go and raid GDQ for their Juneteenth celebration. They are playing Tiny Toon Adventures, which is very good. So let's go do that. Have a good night, everybody.